Hello children, how are you? I hope that everybody are staying home and staying safe. Okay children, please do not go outside for playing. Why? Because nowadays the coronavirus cases are increasing day by day. I hope that you understand the severity of the disease and stay indoors. Okay children, already we are having online classes. So you better learn them from the mobile itself. Why? Because we are not having the school right now. So let us not leave our subject. Okay children, this is very mandatory that you have to learn something by sitting at home. Okay. And in our last videos we have learned many things about the living things and also photosynthesis and also the three important characteristics of living things. I hope that you have understood all of them children. Okay. Now in this video let us learn three other important characteristics of the living thing. So in the last video what we have learned, the three important characteristics are, first one, they move. You know children, they move. The second one, they need air, water and food. Okay, what they need? They need air, water and food. And what is the third one? They are made up of cells. What they are made up of? They are made up of cells. A cell is a basic structure of any living thing. I hope you have understood these three important characteristics. Okay children. Now we'll learn three more characteristics of the living things. The fourth one, let us see. The fourth one is they grow and change. They grow and change. See, in the third one only I have said you. As the cells number grow, as the number of cells in the living things grow, what it will do? It will also increase the size and volume of a living thing. So the growth is nothing but increase in size and volume. See, I have said a seed will be this much, only small one. If it is growing into a big tree, so you can see the huge difference. This much seed is growing into a bigger tree. So what is the reason? The reason is something that the cells will divide, and as a result the size is increasing. See, the very small plants are very thin. The small plants are very thin in volume. But when you observe a tree, the volume of the tree is very large. See, the trunk will be this much. Have you observed children? If you go to your surroundings and see the outer thing, then you can observe the tree will modify itself into a bigger one. The small seed developing into a bigger one. And we are very small. We are very tiny when we were born. But now we are grown up. We are 10 years. So what is happening? The cells are ready. So the cells are dividing and it is making the organism or the living organism to grow. See, we'll see an example from the non-living thing. I have brought a nice book. What it is? Nice book. Does it grow in size? Do this book grow in size? No. At what size you bring that book, the book will be of the same size. It will never grow. Or can it increase the volume? Volume is the shape. Can the shape of the book is altered? No. So it cannot. See, any non-living thing, you cannot change the size or shape of the non-living thing. So by this we can prove that the living things can grow. What does the living things do? The living things can grow. Okay. Next, change. What is change? What is a change? See, we observe seasons. We are having summer season, later on rainy season, then we'll get the winter season. So what the seasons are doing? They are changing. In the same way, if you see day and night, In the morning we are having sunlight. As the day changes or the sun passes away, the day becomes night. So what it is happening? It is showing a change. What it is showing? It is showing a change. In the same way, the living things also show some change. In what way they are showing? Let us see in what way they are showing the change. See, if I say, see, what's the fourth one? They grow and change. Okay. If I say, see a small baby, let us take a small baby. So how it is? It is very small. See, it is very tiny. You can catch them in your hand. But a 10-year-old boy, you cannot catch them. And a 30-year-old man, you cannot catch him. So you can increase. See, if you see a seed, this much, a seedling, then it grows into a plant, and then it grows into a big tree. Yes, here it is having nothing. What it is having? It is having nothing, just a single cell. And here you start seeing the shoot and the leaves. And here when it becomes a plant, what you can see? You can clearly see the leaves, branches. Yes, you can see the leaves, branches, a big stem. Okay, children. And after few months, what you can see the flowers and fruits also on a plant. And after many years, it is becoming a big tree which contains bigger branches, and it also have a big trunk. What it is called, children? Trunk. The bigger outer part. So it is a trunk. So from here to here, from a seed to a tree. Have you seen the change? Have you seen the change? See, here a seed is single cell. From the single cell, it becomes a seedling and a plant and a tree. So you can see the clear change. So how it is changing? Just because of the growth. As the seed is growing day by day, as the time passes away, a single seed is developed or changed or grown into a bigger tree. So now I say that they grow and change. This is also an important characteristic of the living things. Say, they move. What is the first one? They move. Repeat after me. Next, they need air, water and food. They need air, water and food. The third one, they are made up of cells. What they are made up of? They are made up of cells. And the fourth one, they grow and change. What they will do? They grow and change. See, here in this picture, you can clearly see the growth and the change of a seed to a tree. Okay, children. Now let us see the next characteristic of the living things. So what is the next characteristic? They will respond. Respond or response. Response. What is this respond or response? Okay. If a teacher comes to your class, what do? Everybody try to be very silent. Yes or no? You wanted to sit silently and quietly. So we are seeing a response there. Whenever you see a teacher in the class, you respond and you will become alert. Okay. And also, whenever you are touching a hot plate or a hot metal, what you will do? You will take your hand like that. Yes? If you put your hand on a hot plate on the stove, what you will see? You will put your hand like that? No. You will take it immediately. So what is that reaction of taking your hand back? It is nothing but the response. What it is called? Response. When I call you for attendance, if I call your name, what do? You will respond and say, yes ma'am. Yes or no? So what you are doing? You are hearing and responding. What you are doing? You are hearing the sound and you are responding. Okay. If I say, the fan is there in your classroom. I will come to the class and I will say, fan, come on, turn. Does it move? Can it respond to my command? No, it cannot respond. Why? Because it is a non-living thing. I have a car. I will come and stand near the car and I will say, car, come on, take me to my area. Does the car take me? No. If I sit in the car and start the key and if I drive it, then only it can move. Okay, children? Are you understanding? So, the living things and the non-living things will show a difference in the characteristic of response. Response is nothing but reaction to the environmental conditions. What it is? Response means reaction to the environmental conditions. So the living things can respond to the environmental conditions, but the non-living things cannot. I'll say a small example. See, have you ever seen a sunflower? Sunflower. The sunflower have given the name sunflower. Why? Because the flower will respond along with the light that is produced from the sun. If you observe the sunflower, in the morning, the face of the sunflower is always to the east. As it is becoming noon, say first, if you take it, like if you take this is east and this is west and this is noon. Noon means in the afternoon. If you see in the morning, the flower bends towards the east side. So the sun will be rising in this way so that the flower will see towards the east side. In the afternoon, if you observe, the flower is facing to the sky. It will face to the sky. And in the evening, the flower will fall towards the west. What is this? Simple. It is responding to the light. It is responding to one of the characteristics, like the surrounding called light. Here it is responding to the light. Okay, children. We'll see one more example. Have you ever seen a touch me not plant? Touch me not. Have you seen? Touch me not. Touch me not. How the plant got this name? If you see, the leaves are very small on this touch me not plant. The leaves are very small. Whenever you touch this plant or the leaves of this plant, they will fold. See, if you think this is a leaf, it is open. Okay. If you touch the leaf of this plant, what it will do? It will close itself. It will close itself. So what it means is, it is responding to the touch. Whenever you are touching the leaves of the touch me not plant, the leaves will fold inside. It is responding to the touch. In the earlier case, we have seen the sunflower responding to the sunlight. Okay, if you observe in your surroundings, there are few plants, when it becomes evening or night, the leaves will fold itself. Means, sometimes your elders will say, the trees are sleeping. Have you ever heard this? So what will happen? To the weather condition, the leaves are closing down during the night and in the morning again they will open back. Not only the leaves, also there are few flowering plants. In the morning the flowers will glow or open nicely. They will open like this. But by the evening again they will fold like this. So what is the reason? They are responding. Okay. And not only for this, there are some climatic conditions. There are few animals which migrate from one place to another place to reproduce because of the climatic conditions. Okay, children. So, by this I wanted to say the important point is response. What it is, children? Response. All the living things will respond to the environmental conditions. See, if it is very hot, sunny outside, what you will do? You play? No. You will feel very uncomfortable and you will run into your home. So what you are doing? You are responding to the sun. Okay. Have you understood, children? If you touch any hot thing or a cool thing, what you will feel? You will respond. If I beat you, or if your brother or sister is pinching you, what you will do? To that sense, you will respond. That is called response. If I beat a board, see, I am beating this board. Do this board cry? No, it will not cry because it is a non-living thing. It is made up of a plastic, so it will not respond. If I beat also, it will not respond. If I scold also, it will not respond. See, I have a duster. If I throw it down, do it cry? No, it cannot cry. Why? Because it is a non-living thing. But if I scold you or if I talk to you, if I say something to you, I say, children, keep quiet. What you will do? You will simply sit quietly in the class. So you are responding to the sound. You are responding to the sound. So the fifth important characteristic of the living things is nothing but response. Okay, children. Now we will see the last and final characteristic. What it is. The last important characteristic is reproduction. Reproduction. This is very important characteristic. Have you ever seen, see, a small puppy is born to a big dog. Have you seen? What it is? What is that process called? It is simply called as reproduction. What it is called? Reproduction. Repeat it. Reproduction. All the living things have to reproduce. Reproduction is nothing but giving birth to the offsprings. What it is, children? Giving birth to offsprings. So you are children of your mother. Your mother is a child to your grandparents. Yes or no? So in the process of reproduction, an adult living thing will give rise to the babies. Okay. An adult living thing gives rise to the babies. So there are two ways of reproduction. One, the planting method, and another one is the reproduction in animals. These are two different things. Why? Because plants and animals both are living things. Definitely all the living things have to reproduce. Reproduction means giving rise to small young ones or the offsprings. What it is called? Offsprings. So the reproduction character must be seen in the living things. For example, again I'll ask you. See this duster. If I ask this duster to give another duster, can it give? No. You have a book. The book is finished. If you ask that book to give another book, can it give? No. You have doors and windows in your home. Do those doors and windows give another doors and windows? No, it is impossible. But a plant, if you take the seed of a plant and put it inside the soil, you can see another plant growing. So this big plant is producing seeds, and that seed is grown up into another plant. So the plants are reproducing. So on this basis we can call plants are living things. Puppies. A cat gives rise to the kittens. A dog gives rise to the puppies. See, all the animals have small young babies. Yes or no? Even the birds lay eggs. From that eggs we get the new babies. Yes or no, children? So all the animals, all the plants are called as living things. Why? Because they are having an important characteristic of reproduction. What it is called? Reproduction. I hope that everybody have understood what I have taught. Okay, children? Let us have the quick review of the characteristics of the living things. We'll see the first one. They move. What they do? They move. Second one. They need air, water and food. What they need? They need air, water and food. Third one. They are made up of cells. They are made up of cells. The fourth one. They grow and change. What is this, children? They grow and change. The fifth one. They respond. What they'll do? They respond. What is the sixth one? Reproduction. What it is called, children? Reproduction. So by this, these are the characteristics of the living things that are separating the living things from the non-living things. Although a few are seen in the non-living things, but the main difference is these six characteristics. These six characteristics are dividing the animals and plants also into different groups, and also the living things and the non-living things. I hope that you have understood this concept. Okay, children.